coming out this March, possibly even April, Judas is shaping up to be the highest stakes space revolution in 2025 in the gaming industry, and that with a lot more freedom with the developer's previous BioShock series. Now, in this game you're playing as a titular Judas, trapped on a colony ship where an AI-run society is the norm. But now you're breaking free to start a revolution. So unlike the linear paths of BioShock, this game promises a more open-ended gameplay, and the coolest part is that NPCs don't just react in the moment, they remember your choices and hold grudges that impact the entire story. If you've been craving a more dynamic story and much more immersion, Judas is bringing that certain quality and more. On a slight dim chance you missed this title, Hazelight Studios' new co-op gem split fiction is coming out today. It's another split-screen science fiction adventure where two game developers are trapped in a world that they have created. The game has already been praised as a new benchmark for co-op experiences, combining wild gameplay ideas that switch up constantly over its 15-hour journey. Every moment feels fresh, with different genres blending together seamlessly. Basically, if you're into co-op games, Split Fictions is a must-play. It's packed with creativity and adrenaline pumping action, available now on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X.
And in order to save them, they have to escape back to reality through the very worlds that they created.
Hands above your heads.
But the thing is, they're strangers, and Mio writes sci-fi, while Zoe writes fantasy. So you will, for every level in the game, jump between a sci-fi world and a fantasy world. We at Hazelight love variation, and you'll have a unique mechanic for every level. Let me give you some examples. In this level, you start out by finding dragon eggs that hatch.
Hey, stop licking.
And then they become a little bit bigger dragons with new abilities. But in the end, they grow up to be full-ass dragons.
Alters is another science fiction adventure game from 11-Bit Studios, which is the creators of this War of Mine and Frostpunk, maybe one of the biggest IPs of the year, in which players control a space miner stranded on a hostile planet, kind of like the movie The Martian, who must create alternative versions of himself known as the Altus to survive and find a way home. See, each altar in this game embodies different life choices, offering unique skills and perspectives essential for overcoming the challenges. In fact, the game combines elements of survival, base building, and narrative-driven decision-making, emphasizing the impact of choices on personal identity. Scheduled for release possibly in a month, Altus will be available on the PlayStation 5, PC, and Xbox Series X.
Rifle shoots meteors. Any questions?
With that being said, Fragpunk is officially out. It's been no more than a few hours and is legitimately a fine multiplayer shooter. Not only it combines a high-paced shooting with the tactical depth, it's offering a variety of options in every little aspect, be it the skills, the characters, the costumes, more. Fragpunk is actually a mix of classic first-person shooting mechanics like respawn modes and objective-based gameplay, with futuristic weapons and gear like Valorant. In fact, the devs are aiming to build a competitive community around this game, so it's definitely hitting high, considering how tight this particular genre already is. Here's how it looks. Dune Awakening is officially confirmed to come out May 20. If you've been waiting to step into the brutal sand-swept world of Arrakis here, the countdown has officially begun. In fact, the best part is you don't really have to wait to get started. The character creator is live right now. You begin as a prisoner in the game, in this open-world game, thrown into the desert to unravel the mystery of the missing Fremen. Your choices will shape your destiny, meaning you will have to race through the ranks, align with either faction to make a mark in history. If you missed it, here's another trailer for you to keep up with the pace of it. Metal Eden is another science fiction first-person shooter that promises to deliver high-octane action and a deep narrative. This game's set to release on May 6th as well. It casts you as Asuka, which is an advanced battle android on a mission to rescue human consciousness stored within energy cores. As you can see, the gameplay emphasizes a fluid movement, allowing you to dash, grapple, and wall run through environments reminiscent of titles like Doom Eternal and Titanfall 2. Core ripping mechanic here lets you extract energy cores from the enemies, offering strategic advantages in combat, and the fast pace of it plus the cyberpunk aesthetics make it a must-play for first-person shooter enthusiasts.
To see you hurt. But the path we walk demands the extreme.
I remember you.
Anyway, speaking of Doom, well, Doom the Dark Ages is also coming to kick your medieval nightmares into overdrive on May 15. Now, this is not particularly a science fiction game in nature, we all know that. Doom games are a mix of both old and new, but this isn't just another game. It's Doom like you've never seen it before. Medieval, sure, but it's brutal as hell. You're not just slaying demons, you're shredding through them with insane weapons and even siege warfare. Think medieval Doomslayer Unleashed riding into battle. It's gonna be madness, all with the same heart-pounding, face-melting action Doom's known for, and even bigger weapons. If you haven't heard about Chronos New Dawn, you're gonna be in for a treat. This is actually by Blooper Team, or the same team known for the psychological horror games like Layers of Fear and the Silent Hill 2 remake. But this time they're stepping away from that style and doing something a little different. This one's all about time travel in this brutal post-apocalyptic world, so you're gonna expect some crazy science fiction twists. In fact, the game has been revealed at the Xbox Partner Showcase, and the trailer alone is enough to get anybody hyped. It's a third-person survival horror game, and from what we've seen so far, it's gonna be a banger. Ever wonder what it's like to defy gravity? Well, we've seen that a lot in the video games, but Bionic Bay actually throws you into this biochemical world where physics is basically your playground. You're gonna be solving puzzles, shift gravity, and explore these stunning environments that feel almost alive. The platforming seems to be smooth, almost hypnotic, with controls that flow perfectly, hopefully. Plus the visuals and the ambient soundtrack are gonna pull you in even deeper, if all comes out as developers have promised. Bionic Bay drops on March 13 for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S and PC. This one's all about creativity and challenge. next we've got Mecha Break, which is an absolute blast, especially if you're into fast-paced mech combat. This game offers two modes, traditional 6v6 online PvP and a unique PvPvE mode called Mash Mech, with these massive raid-like bosses adding some serious intensity. In fact, the variety of mix and customization options like unlockable colors and outfits and layer of personalization, but it's the movement system that really stands out in this game. Dashing, partying, and pulling off combos feel really satisfying, especially in melee combat. With that being said, while there are some concerns with in-game currency and modes, developers have promised to get rid of those problems with the full game, which is going to be coming out in just a month or two. Mind's Eye is definitely one to look out for as well. It's a futuristic action-adventure game where you play as a soldier caught in a world filled with these shady corporations and some pretty powerful AI regime. What stands out about this game is combat, actually. It's a mix of strategic moves and intense action, plus the environments look incredibly immersive as well. You've got this neutral implant thing going on, which adds an interesting twist to the story. It's a solo experience, so if you're into deep narratives and a bit of futuristic chaos, this Mind's Eye might be exactly what you're looking for. Definitely a fresh take on this genre.
Coming to you now. The search and rescue bots. They're malfunctioning. They're attacking us.
You worry too much.
You know what I worry just right about? I say we wait for him to leave, or...
With that being said, Naughty Dog's latest project, Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet, is another action-adventure AAA game which is set also in a retro-futuristic universe. We mentioned the game before. Here you play as Jordan, which is a bounty hunter that's stranded on an isolated planet, cut off from the universe for over 600 years. In fact, this game draws inspiration from classics like Akira and Cowboy Bebop, blending the science fiction elements with a unique narrative centered around the fictional religion. This game's soundtrack is composed by Trent Reznor and actors like Taddy Gabriel, basically shaping up to be a cinematic experience like the company's previous works. Currently in development for PlayStation 5, the release date is still yet to be announced. That being said, number 13, we've got Saris, which is another brand new project from Housemarque, the studio behind the PlayStation 5 exclusive Returnal. It's the same deal with this one, it's coming out 2026 for PlayStation 5 exclusively, and it introduces players to this enforcer protagonist that's navigating his island called Carcosa, which kind of reminds me of the first season of The True Detective. Anyway, this Carcosa is under the shadow of a perpetual eclipse, and unlike Returnal, Saros features a permanent progression system, allowing players to upgrade their loadout with new weapons and suit enhancements after each death, making every encounter kind of meaningful. And the game combines Housemarque's signature action gameplay with a deep, narrative-driven experience and more.
But after every death, I always come back stronger. I know that you are here, and I will find you.
Tossed you aside like so much garbage. Worry not, because you can always turn to Kindred for a solution.
And lastly, soon enough, Revenge of the Savage Planet crashes onto PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and PC, bringing something really unique. Imagine a world where every step is a battle for survival, while alien landscapes sprawl beneath you. And it's inspired by both Split Fiction and the old famous One Man's Sky franchises, in which you play as this explorer on the edge of extinction. You're going to be crafting tools, harness tech, and fight to reclaim this planet's secrets. The stunning visuals and adaptive environments here make your every move rewrite the adventure, meaning it's going to be a very challenging game in nature and a lot of survival.
Kindred Labs. Move mountains. Create platforms. Grab makeshift spears from the environment. And remember, you still have your lasso and whip from Wild Times. some critters to keep them at bay so you or your buddy can punt them off a cliff. Oh, the hilarity that will ensue! Then upgrade that whip so you can grapple launch yourself to new heights. Or better yet, kick a few critters into the air while you and your buddy pick them off with a brand new Griffin Splunker Pacifier Pistol. It's a homemade skeet shooting game. The Kindred Catalog. You have the tools, you have the imagination, and let's face it, you have the time. Find it, build it, then execute it. The wackier the plan, the juicier the solution.